Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal the Road Dog Jesse James catchphrase like that. But hold on, let me get my real intro. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, YouTubers, and children of all ages, it's your boy Chaz the Hitman Styles with a fresh haircut, and I'm here to talk about what went down on the historic Monday Night Raw 25th anniversary. Now, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys for a minute. I don't know whether to talk about the matches or talk about the faces that we haven't seen in a long period of time. So let me go ahead and try to do a combination of both, if you guys don't mind, because I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, yesterday didn't go as well as I planned, so I didn't get much rest. I kept dozing in and out of the event, but I will tell y'all what I stayed awake for. Now, but anyway, you know what? Nah, the only match I fell asleep through was Bray Wyatt versus Woken Matt Hardy in the Manhattan Center. And you know what? Speaking of the Manhattan Center, Monday Night Raw did something that, oh man, I don't remember if it has done before, but there was two separate Monday Night Raws. You have the Monday Night Raw that started it all in the Manhattan Center back in January the 11th, 1993, with Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler, and then at the Barclays Center at the present Raw in Brooklyn, New York. But hey, both buildings, New Yorkers. So hey, either way it goes, last night's Raw was gonna be freaking lit, and we kicked things off with Stephanie and Shane McMahon taking us back to the most historic memories of Monday Night Raw. Some good memories, some OMG memories, and some sad memories too. Like how Edge and Daniel Bryan and the Nature Boy Ric Flair said the goodbyes to the WWE Universe. I mean, not goodbye forever. Oh no. I mean they made their appearance every now and again. Matter of fact, you know what? But no. Let me go ahead and talk about what happened in order. Shane McMahon and Stephanie, after showing us all the historic memories of Monday Night Raw, they want to go ahead and thank us. They want to go ahead and thank each and every single fan who's watched WWE from the past, or who recently just started watching Monday Night Raw or wrestling, WWE, as a matter of fact. They thank them all, but the one person who they had to thank was the man who started it all. And it happened to be the chairman of the board, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He coming out here doing his power walk, and he was talking about he was gonna go smell the roses, and he tried to leave out of the ring early, saying thank you all, enjoy your night. But Stephanie stopped her daddy because her and her brother Shane had a present to give to him. It was a plaque. It was a patriotic plaque of Vince carrying on Monday Night Raw for 25 years. And Vince McMahon, now what he said in his promo, I mean, I understand where he's coming from, because hey, Vince is Vince. I mean, Vince wasn't always such a nice guy, so Vince had to go ahead and say a plaque. He was touching it, saying it feels cheap, but then again, I understand why, because we are in Brooklyn, man. That promo must have hit Brooklyn hard, and especially when everyone was cheering for Vince McMahon. Man, that promo hit Vince hard. It did. So Vince, after getting the plaque, he didn't want to thank everyone in WWE Universe. Hell, he didn't even want to thank. He didn't want to thank his own daughter and son. The only person he had to thank was Vincent Kennedy McMahon himself. And right where he said there's not one other person who we should thank. Next thing you know, you get a glass break. And Raw 25th anniversary kicked off with the Texas Rattlesnake himself, Stone Cold Steve Austin, coming down to the ring, and Vince saying, "Don't encourage him. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking." Steve, a lot's changed, and I'm a senior citizen now. I mean, he wants to go ahead and make up excuses, talk about saying he has this and has that, but Vince, hey man, you're in fantastic shape. So why would you want to go ahead and say, "Look, my son Shane, 40 years old, he's the best shape of his life"? So Steve Austin said, "Okay, all right, cool." Raised Shane McMahon's hand up, and of course, booyah! Gave him a stunner. And Vince decided to call Stone Cold's beer throwing guy, get 2 beers, and said, "You know what? He had it coming. And Vince McMahon, hey, you want to go ahead and do a beer toast to Stone Cold Steve Austin, which you haven't done in such a long time. I mean, you messed up on the first 2 times. But hey, third time's the charm. You got it right. But you still got a booyah. You still got a stunner. For old time's sake." And Shane McMahon, being daring as he is, got back up. He had a beer toast right after his dad got stunned. But hey, Stone Cold just loves raising hell and leaving. So was Stone Cold Steve Austin gonna let Shane McMahon walk out on his own free will? Hell no. So once again, booyah to Shane McMahon. Sorry, Shane, you got 2 stunners and your dad only got 1. Sorry, man, but hey, that's how the Texas Rattlesnake does. But yeah, but anyway, guys, the matches that went down. Okay, we kicked things off with a 8-women tag team match. It was Absolutions, Sonya Deville, and Amy Rose teaming up with Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, going up against a team of my baby girl Sasha Banks, Mickie James, Bayley, and the undefeated Asuka. Now, that match lasted for a good 10 minutes. I mean, Bayley and Mickie James never got really too involved in the match. It was mostly Sasha Banks and Asuka. But in the end, Asuka puts on the bank statement on Alicia Fox, which caused her to tap out. And while Asuka and her team were celebrating, Asuka picked up the rules of the Royal Rumble very, very well. First, she took out Mickie James by throwing her over the top rope. Bayley said, "Hey, what you doing?" She took out Bayley and threw her over the top rope. Sasha Banks tried throwing the bank statement, but Asuka's like, "Oh, no. You ain't putting the bank statement on me, baby. Sorry." Took out my baby girl and threw her over the top rope. So Asuka, she knows what to do already. So I say that she's ready. For the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. And what else happened next? Oh yeah, like I said, guys, Raw 25th anniversary is all about seeing old faces. Matter of fact, after that match, we went to Kurt Angle's office. What old faces showed up first? Let's see. You got Jonathan Coachman. You got Harvey and the Brooklyn Brawler. You got Teddy Long coming in while Then you got Brother Love. Oh man, still want to show some love. But then while his music was playing and there was one last knock at the door, the music stopped. And then I'm the Boogeyman. And I'm coming to get you. You see the Boogeyman sipping on some worms, taking some worms out of his mouth and putting it in Jonathan Coachman's hand. Now, I was eating food, and thank God I finished. I finished eating my meal before the Boogeyman came in, because if I didn't finish my meal before the Boogeyman came in, I would have lost my damn appetite, because that was just, that was too gross. Whew. But yeah, anyway, guys. Anyway, going on with the matches. What else happened? Oh, Roman Reigns, the big dog, putting up his Intercontinental Championship against The Miz. That match lasted for a good 25 minutes, and the match basically, Miz Taraj kept trying to get involved. Some of their plans worked, some of the plans didn't work because Roman Reigns, you know, he had to adjust, he had to adapt. I mean, right where you think that The Miz Taraj had a plan, Roman Reigns had a counterattack. And during the match, and I didn't even see it until I saw this replay. But while Roman Reigns did his drive-by drop kick to the Mr. Raj, right? To the Mr. Raj, yeah. Yeah. The Miz, I'm sorry guys, I'm reading some text messages, but anyway, The Miz took off the middle turnbuckle pad, and I didn't even see it until the instant replay. So Miz hit her first skull crusher finale. Roman Reigns had enough energy to kick out, and then while the referee caught the Miz Taraj getting involved, referee had no choice but to throw him out, of course. And while they were getting thrown out, they were still trying to get involved. Roman Reigns gave him both a Superman punch. And the Miz stood, he stood behind the corner where he took off the pad, right? And he did a smart move. He did a very clever move while Roman Reigns was charging down for the spear. Miz sidestep. Roman Reigns hit face first into the exposed turnbuckle. Miz hit a second skull crusher finale. And your new Intercontinental Champion is The Miz. Man, oh man. But yeah, sorry guys. Anyway, moving right along. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. All right, sorry guys. Yeah, I'm over watching the clock because tonight is SmackDown Live in Washington D.C. and I will be there tonight. But anyway, guys, next thing that happened, you go on the Barclays Center, right, where you had the Phenom, who we haven't seen ever since WrestleMania. You had the Undertaker coming out, making a statement for 25 years. He's digging hole. He dug holes and taking souls. And like he said in his promo, Mankind, Stone Cold, and even his brother Kane had to answer to the Reaper. And now all those souls who we laid to rest can finally and truly rest in peace. It was good to see the dead man, and it looked like he was kind of working out a little bit. So I don't know. Maybe the Undertaker may have one more WrestleMania match in him, just one more. I hope it's with Sting. That is a dream match that is made to happen. It's icon versus icon. It's Hall of Famer versus future Hall of Famer. That I'd love to see. Now moving right along, then you have the APA doing a little card game. At first, it was just them and Heath Slater and Rhino. And then all of a sudden, Heath Slater is losing the match. Then you see a big wad of cash drop on the table, and I'm like, who in the world would drop a big wad of Benjamins on the table like that? I'm like, who would do that? And then of course, I should have realized the $1 Million Man holding his $1 Million Championship, cause hey, everybody has a price to pay. So he's like, all right, fellas. What's your price? Yeah, he joined in, and then later on during the show, you have the Usos, you have Ballin, MVP, you have Jeff Hardy, you have the Usos, you have the New Day, you have Taz Brand Worldwide. You even had to tell you, everyone kept joining in playing cards with the APA, and the only loser that we kept seeing was Heath Slater. And then at the end, he was caught cheating. Him and Rhino duked it out against Titus and Apollo Crews, and JBL said, hey, this is a poker game. This is a civilized poker game, and there'll be no fighting in here. And Ron Simmons says, if y'all want to do some fighting, take it out in the ring. So both teams left for the tag team match, and the $1 Million Man at the end of the last hand did a royal flush, took all the chips, tossed Kofi Kingston's pancake out of the ray, and then comes Ron Simmons standing in like, Damn! Oh man, oh man. But yeah, anyway, I was gonna say, what else happened next? What else happened? Trying to think. Oh yeah, then we saw some past faces like the greatest general managers of all time. First you have People Power. You have John Laurinaitis coming in. Then you have Eric Bischoff, and then Eric Bischoff, and then you have the NXT general manager, who was a pretty cool general manager on Monday Night Raw, William Regal. But wait, there was another surprise guest. You have SmackDown's general manager Daniel Bryan making his presence felt. And then that led on to the Miz versus Roman Reigns match. I'm sorry for flipping the script, guys, a little bit, but anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. And then some other past faces. Oh yeah, we saw the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, and he got reunited with a fellow member of the Nation of Domination, the Hall of Famer, the Godfather, with his beautiful wife. What was her name? I want to say it's Jennifer. And at first, Mark Henry thought that she was one of the Godfather's hoes, until the Godfather said, "But dude, this is my wife," and she showed Mark Henry the ring. So Mark Henry had to leave that alone, man. But hey, she did look. Hey, she was good looking. Even Mark Henry was like, "Ah, man, Godfather got lucky." And then moving on to the greatest Raw women's wrestlers of all time. First we have the Bella Twins, Nikki Brie. We have a soon-to-be mommy, Maurice. You have Jacqueline. You have the sexy Kelly. You have Terry Runnels. You have Michelle McCool. You have Maria Cornelius. You have Lillian Garcia. And then last but not least, you have Miss Stratus Fashion herself, Trish Stratus. Whew, seeing all those faces, and if I miss out on any names, I do apologize, guys. I mean, the 25th anniversary was freaking lit. Yes, it was lit, it was crazy, and what else happened? Oh yeah, back at the Barclays Center, it was Woken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. Match lasted about a good couple of minutes. Good 8 minutes. But in the end, Woken Matt Hardy got introduced to Sister Abigail, which led on to the 1, 2, 3. And what else happened at Barclays Center? Oh, the good old DX reunion. Yes, you have the two leaders of D-Generation X, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, the Game Triple H. They came out. Triple H had a very moving speech that the Barclays Center was where Monday Night Raw started, where the fire started and the dynamite exploded. So the Barclays Center is the original home for Monday Night Raw. And you know what? And if anyone want to tear that apart, man, then you must be a serious wrestling hater. Because the Barclays Center is where Monday Night Raw started. Old faces came out, man. I mean, come on now. But anyway, guys, that's when DX and Shawn Michaels brought out the 5-time, or should I say 4-time, I forgot, brought out their patented WWE Tag Team Champions of the World! The Road Dogg Jesse James, the badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws! But wait, then we have more. We can't forget about X-Pac, who came out, and the whole crowd was chanting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, because he debuted as a 1, 2, 3 kid, where he defeated a certain someone who X-Pac himself had to say, "Hey, we can't have a party without this guy." Then you hear Razor Ramon's entrance theme. You hear it. He comes out, and like he says, "Hey, we all know you cannot have a party without the bad guy. And you know what? Hey, like Razor Ramon said, for everyone watching here, around the world, and at home, that this 25th anniversary of Monday Night Raw has been nothing but too sweet. And the moment you hear the words too sweet, did someone say too sweet? I believe Battle Club heard that loud and clear. They made their presence known, and I already knew right then and there. Hey, because let me tell you guys, D-Generation X and the NWO paved the way for the Bullet Club, because the Bullet Club got their suck it and too sweet motos from D-Generation X and NWO. So for the Battle Club to come out and stand in the same ring against the guys who paved the way for them, and that moment they all did a too sweet, and right where the badass Billy Gunn said, and if you guys ain't down with that, we got two. And then you hear the Revival's music kicking in, because it was supposed to be a scheduled match between the Revival against Gallows and Anderson. Gallows and Anderson put away the Revival, hit a little magic killing on them, got the 1, 2, 3. They continue to celebrate, but then the Revival, they trying to be sore losers. So what happened? I do believe Dash Ryder came in, turned around, Razor Ramon hit a toothpick, bam, too sweet in his face. X-Pac hit the X Factor, and then come Road Dogg doing this, boom, 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 doing a little boom shaka-laka-laka dance, and then him in the gut. You have Billy Gunn doing his famous sir. And then you have other Revival, I forgot his name. He tried getting involved, and what did he get for his problems? He got a sweet chin music, he got a pedigree, and he was laying in perfect position for a familiar move, and the whole crowd in the Barclays Center was chanting, Finn, 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 Finn. And Finn was like, really? He's like, all right. He goes on top and hits him with a coup de grace. And to be honest, guys, I wish AJ Styles would have joined in, because hey, he's a member of the club too, and hey, he does a too sweet thing too. And then that's when it led down to this moment. Oh wait, I forgot to mention. Let's go back to the match when it was Heath Slater and Rhino going up against Taz Brand Worldwide. Taz Brand Worldwide had the match under control, and then a brawl started out, so the match ended in no contest. And then we all got taken to Dudleyville. Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley boys, came out. Everyone cleared the ring, and they dared someone to come in, right? So Rhino and Taz and Apollo, they're looking at Heath Slater saying, hey, you lost a poker game match, you cheated, now it's your chance to redeem yourself. So Rhino, Cruz, and Taz, they're like, all right, cool, send in Heath Slater. Heath Slater suffered the what's up? And Booker T's like, careful, man. Devon look like he gained a few pounds. Man, he was in great shape. I don't know what Booker T's talking about, man. He was funny. And then the patented, wait for it, Devon! 1, 2, 3, get the tables! They got a table, and Heath Slater, for your consequences and actions of trying to cheat in a poker game, you suffered a 3D through the table. And then at the very last moment, it led down to this. You had the Raw General Manager Kurt Angle coming down to the ring with all the special guests who showed up and everyone else, because you have to hold back these three guys. First, the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. Next was the Big Red Machine, Kane. Now, those two came in the ring, yeah, like half of the superstars surrounding the ring came in to form a defined line. And then you hear this voice. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and when you hear Paul Heyman's voice, you know who is right behind him. The reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar. When Brock Lesnar came out, that dividing line that was in the ring, that line got cleared out in a heartbeat. Braun Strowman clothesline Kane. Braun Strowman tried to go to Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar clotheslines the holy hell out of Brock Lesnar clotheslines the holy hell out of Braun Strowman. He goes in the ring. He F5s Kane. And then Kane rolled out of the ring, and it was down between Strowman and Lesnar. Lesnar tried to take Strowman to Suplex City. Strowman wasn't having that. Tossed Brock Lesnar out in the ring. He tossed him out of the barricade. He went to the table. He took the table apart. And for the third damn time, putting Brock Lesnar, power slamming him through the announcer's table with ease. I mean, the first 2 times he did that was at SummerSlam, but this for the third time, whew, oh my goodness. So yeah, guys, Monday Night Raw's 25th anniversary was lit. And I forgot to left out these guys. Hold on. It was Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte Flair had a new cummy saying, if you want to be the woman, you got to beat the woman. And if you don't believe me, let's ask the man who came up with the phrase, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Then came in the Nature Boy Ric Flair, who told Alexa Bliss, you may be champion tonight, but this champion will be the champion tomorrow, today, WrestleMania, the day after WrestleMania, and so on and so on. And then, not to mention, you have the phenomenal AJ Styles, who took me by surprise by showing up there, and he introduced good old Mean Gene Okerlund, and he had an interview with AJ Styles saying, what are you going to do in your 2-on-1 match against the team of Cammy, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens? And AJ Styles had me cracking up saying, well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Mean Gene's like, oh, please. And AJ Styles like, I'm sorry. I always wanted to do that Hulk Hogan voice. I always wanted to do that. So yeah, he had me cracking up on that one. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap up for this video. So I'm about to get dressed because tonight is SmackDown Live in DC. I'm on my way there. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And let me give a too sweet and a shout out to my boy Team Guru, Jaraj, Jay Rollins, and every other my subscribers who have joined my channel, and especially, hold on guys, and Angel McCauley. If you're watching this, that's to you, baby. And a too sweet to all my subscribers. Bam! 29 subscribers. I can't believe it. I went from 13 to 29. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for believing in me and not giving up on me. Well, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it, you guys. You can find me on social media. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram as Ches the Hitman Styles, and on Twitter as Hitman Styles 1. Even though I'm not the phenomenal one, that title belongs to the phenomenal AJ Styles. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Tune in for my next video. Talk about SmackDown. And tune in for some videos too. Until then, guys, I'm out.